Man, I don't care what time of the year it is. It's always a good time for some lemonade. Let's talk about Lions football.
Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
And the flag that was thrown on this was picked up.
I don't know, did it get the face mask?
Only do that if you're telling the official you're reporting.
The Lions hangover.
All right, welcome everybody to another boring edition. See what I did there? This week is boring. To the Lions Hangover podcast. This is the preview week edition. Week 3, the Lions versus challenge, exhibition, whatever you want to call it, against the Arizona Cardinals. They are, of course, in Arizona. This week, it's going to be a 4:25 start time. Please rate, subscribe, leave some feedback. Leave some feedback for the podcast. How's that? That's my little Russian accent. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate all the 5-star ratings, all the follow-alongs and stuff. Don't forget I'm on all the social medias, X, Instagram, and Facebook. That's in order as well of most used. Looking at the notes here, got a few things I want to say before we get into the preview. Defensive Player of the Week. You would think a 4.5 sack, borderline 5 sack performance would get you the Defensive Player of the Week, but it did not. The NFC Defensive Player of the Week went to Jesse Bates III from the Atlanta Falcons. He had 12 tackles, 2 pass defendeds, 1 interception, and 1 tackle for loss. Who cares? People do that every week, every single week. Maybe not the 12 tackles and the interception, but every single week there's somebody getting 12 tackles. Every single week there's somebody 2 pass defended against. Every single week there's an interception. What is special about these stats? Meanwhile, Hutchinson, 4.5 sacks from last week, 5.5 sacks on the year. He also has a pass block win percentage rate of 41.2%. He also has a league-leading 17 pressures. He has a pass rush grade of 95. This is PFF. This is where I'm getting these stats from. PFF. The dude is killing it in every category that's relevant for an edge. For one of the guys up front, killing it with all these stats. And you're telling me he can't be Defensive Player of the Week? Come on, who votes for this stuff? Is this a NFLPA thing? Or is this just like NFL? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You have somebody that did something special last week, and I'm not trying to take not too much away from Jesse Bates. Not trying to take anything too much away from him. That's a hell of a game. Like, he deserves credit. But I feel like this is twice now where Hutchinson had better stats, but then was passed up. Remember rookie year, Sauce Gardner. Hutchinson had more interceptions than Sauce Gardner. And Sauce Gardner is a defensive back. Sauce Gardner didn't have 10.5 sacks his rookie year. He didn't have as many tackles. Hutch just gets passed over all the time for the defensive backs. That's not right. That's not right. I wanted to bring that up, though. Real quick, congratulations to the Detroit Tigers, man. They really turned this season around. At least it's relevant baseball this time of the year. All right, so this is the preview game. So this is pretty much going to be talking about the Cardinals. You know, the preview week, we always talk about the opposing team, and this is week 3. Last week, of course, the Cardinals tore it up against the Rams, 41-10. I was a bit nervous and skeptical after hearing this number, 41-10, over a team we could barely beat. And as I look into it more, I think this is just a combination of a team playing really good and a team playing really bad. Because the week before that, they lost to the Bills 34-28. So the 1-1 Lions will be playing the 1-1 Cardinals. Now, again, I'm not taking anything away from the Cardinals. They really kicked butt last week, but I'm going to tone down the worrisome just a little bit. I think the Lions can hang. I think they're favored by 3 points right now, 3.5 points. I think that might be accurate. I think this could come down to field goals. Sorry, that lemonade there, that made me a bit mucusy, so I got to snarf that down. All right, last week against the Rams, Kyler Murray went 17 of 21 for 266. He had what they call a perfect quarterback score, 158.3. You can't do any better than that. The dude missed 4 passes all game. He had 3 touchdowns. All 3 of those touchdowns went to Marvin Harrison Jr. too, which that's a bit absurd. Let me get to that right now. Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Marvin Harrison Jr. had 2 of those touchdowns, only 4 receptions, 130 yards, clear deep threat. Now, I like Marvin Harrison Jr. I wish there was a way that the Lions could have got him. But I understand it didn't quite make sense, and I freaking love Terrion Arnold. So I kind of like this matchup, Terrion Arnold versus Marvin Harrison Jr., rookie versus rookie. But, of course, that first week, Marvin Harrison Jr. only caught 1 ball for 4 yards, right? Now, something we can't take lightly is the running game of the Cardinals. Mr. Connor, James Conner, I believe his name is James, 21 carries last week for 122 yards. That's an average of 5.8. But you know what's really going to kill us? Kyler Murray. He's a mobile quarterback. This has been the Lions' Achilles heel in the Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn era. We have to contain Kyler Murray. We have to. We've won a lot of games giving up 100 yards or more to opposing receivers. We have not won a lot of games against mobile quarterbacks who have burned us. If we can keep Kyler Murray to less than 50 yards, I feel like that's a good game. The dude is tiny. And I don't mean that as an insult. This is one of his assets. He can hide behind that offensive line. He's easy to get away. He has a smaller hit box. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Google, how tall is Kyler Murray? Let's find out.
Kyler Murray is 5 feet 10 inches tall.
5 feet 10. The average quarterback is like 6'3" in the NFL. You got 5 less inches. That's what she said. So I'm just saying, you put pressure on Murray and he scrambles out of the pocket, you better have somebody else coming with more pressure. Maybe 2 someone else's. Is what I was trying to say. This is going to be a tough game as far as Kyler Murray goes. But if you can put pressure on him and you can disrupt him and you can put, some defenders between him and Marvin Harrison Jr., I think you might have a shot. But their passing game is no joke. 266 yards, only 4 incompletions. Kyler Murray was on fire. We have to hope, we have to pray that this does not continue against us. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be on the road. That's our first road game of the year, so we're going to have to see how we do against that. Kyler Murray, week 1 against the Bills, though, 21 of 31. That's not horrible, but only 162 yards. 1 touchdown. Again, 57 yards rushing, though, from Kyler Murray. 50 yards rushing from Connor out of 16 attempts. A couple other scrubs holding it up, We have to worry a little bit about their tight end, McBride. I believe it's their tight end. He caught 6 passes last week against the Rams for 67 yards. The week before that, 5 catches for 30 yards. He's going to be somebody that they target. If they can't get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr., McBride is the next man up. Hopefully Anzalone is back. We'll take a look at the practice report. I don't know who's practiced today or not. But hopefully Anzalone will be back coming out of concussion protocol. If not, we need Rodrigo. We need Jack Campbell. We need Derek Barnes to step it up. I think they can do that. Week 1 against the Bills, the Cardinals only had 270 yards. The Bills played them right. Only 146 passing, 124 rushing. That's out of like 4 guys rushing the ball. Only 18 first downs. They were 7 out of 13 for third down conversions. 5 penalties for 31 yards. They had 5 penalties for 52 yards against the Rams. And they were 7 for 11 on third down efficiency there. So what are we seeing? They play pretty smart on third down. That's high third down conversion rate. They had 489 total yards against the Rams. 258 total passing yards credited to the team. This is adjusted for sacks, I'm guessing. 230 yards, 231 yards for rushing. This rushing threat is real. I'm not worried, though, about the running back. The Lions play solid run defense. So I'm expecting Connor to have a week 1 performance, 16 carries, 50 yards. That's what I'm expecting there. And hopefully you can hold Kyler Murray for under 50 yards. That's going to be the toughest challenge. That will be the toughest challenge. Now, Kyler Murray was sacked 4 times week 1 against Buffalo, but he was only sacked 1 time against the Rams. See what I'm saying here? This is like 2 different teams that showed up. So at first you see last week and you're like, holy cow, the Cardinals, they could be legit this year. They put a whooping on the Rams. And we know the Rams are not a slouch, but they did not show up. They're banged up. And I'm not saying that's the reason for the lopsided victory, but they are banged up. The good news is this is going to be the 3rd week in a row where Hutch is paired up against a backup tackle. So he should have a bunch of hurries. That stat line should continue to grow. He should continue to lead the league. Let's check out this the practice report here. Now, Terrion Arnold has been out all week with an illness. Ifeatu Melifonwu is still out. Ennis Rakestraw has not practiced all week due to a hamstring. The good news is Anzalone has been back with limited practice as of yesterday. So I think things are trending in the right direction for him. Some more good news. Marcus Davenport participated full practice all week. So Davenport should be back. This should be the defensive line that we are looking for. DJ Reader, Aleem McNeil, Davenport, Hutchinson. This is going to be our front four, man. This is prime. This is what we've wanted to see all year. Too bad it's taken to week 3. But Kyler Murray's definitely going to have some pressure on him this week. Amon-Ra St. Brown will be back. He was just cramping up. He had a little bit of a stinger in the game to his quad, but he said he should be good to go. So really the only 3 guys right now are Terrion Arnold, Ifeatu Melifonwu, and Ennis Rakestraw. So I haven't heard anything about Terrion Arnold, so hopefully he will play, and hopefully Anzalone is trending in the right direction. So is Graham Glasgow. Isaiah Williams, though, wide receiver, he's had some limited practice, which is good. We haven't seen him all season. Although I did like Patrick last week. Patrick, I felt like him and Goff were clicking. 2 out of 3 catches, man. 2 out of 3 targets he caught. I thought he'd be a good number 4 receiver. And he looked like a big guy, too. Tall. Looked tall. All right, let's take a look at the Cardinals. Okay, we have the offensive lineman, Kelvin Beachum, hamstring injury. He is limited in practice as of yesterday. We got a defensive lineman, Dante Stills. He's got a shoulder injury. He had a limited practice. Offensive lineman, Will Hernandez. He had an ankle injury. He had a full practice yesterday. The only one that looks completely out is Xavier Thomas, outside linebacker. He did not practice yesterday. He's got a personal issue going on, so he has not practiced. So, looks like the offensive linemen are coming back together. Hopefully the backup will be starting and Hutch will have his way with them. That was the information that I heard, was that he will be facing the backup tackle. But it shouldn't matter, because when you're a high-profile player like Aiden Hutchinson, you should just own whoever you're matched up against. I don't want to come up with excuses, though. You know how he's held like every single play. You know how he's double-teamed like every single play. That shouldn't matter now, because we have DJ Reader, we have Marcus Davenport, we have Aleem McNeil, even Onwuzurike in a contract season. You know, I liked his play so far this year. So when they're rotating these guys in and out, the pressure should not stop. The pressure should not stop. We need Goff to have a better game than he's had the first 2 weeks. We need the Goff of old. If you want to call it rust, these guys didn't really play in preseason. This should be the game now where they have it all together. This should be the game where they're making the statement of, yeah, we're back for football this year. This is what I want to see. They can't throw the ball 55 times. They can't do that. Jared Goff is not that quarterback. He is not a gunslinger. Do not put him in a gunslinger game plan. He's just not that guy, man. He's not that guy. He needs to be smart with the football. He needs to be smart with the offense. Don't throw the ball away carelessly. You just can't do that. Be smart. St. Brown's going to have another big game. You got to get Sam Laporta involved, though. This comes down to Jared Goff again. You can't miss open receivers downfield. Don't force it to anybody. 19 targets for one wide receiver is insane. Hopefully Jameson Williams can continue his growth. I expect nothing but good things out of Montgomery and Gibbs. I think Montgomery should be able to get 70 to 80 yards rushing or more. I think Gibbs should be able to get 40 to 60 yards rushing or more. I mean, both of these guys, I freaking love them. Both of them have the potential to break it big any given moment. Now, I know they throw the ball to Montgomery too, but I expect Gibbs to get about 4 looks as well. 4 receptions, 20 to 50 yards. That's what I expect from Gibbs. He's a weapon, a receiver out of that backfield. Defensively, Hutch is going to get at least one sack. I feel it. I think DJ Reader's going to get at least one sack. I feel it. And I'm going to call Ali McNeil to get one sack. I'm looking for 3 sacks from the game or more. Linebackers, with or without Anzalone, they got to play solid. They got to contain. I was going to say maintain, but they got to contain the tight end. Okay? Defensive backs, they're going to have their work cut out for them, whether Arnold is playing or not. You have to contain Marvin Harrison Jr. He's a rookie. Let this be a learning week for him. Okay? Our defensive backfield is not beat up like the Rams' defensive backfield was. We got this. I know we will play solid. Carlton Davis is going to have a good game. The Lions have this game. I'm going to predict. I'm kind of seeing a bit of a shootout, though, but it's really going to depend on Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm going to predict. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. I think it's going to be 30-27 in favor of the Lions. 30-27. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I do think it'll be a high-scoring game. As long as we win, I hope it is a high-scoring game. Those games are always exciting, but you always want to see some positives from the defense. All right. I think that's it for me. This has been a good preview show. I like this preview show. Of course, I'll be back after the game on Sunday for the post-game show. Thanks for listening, everybody. Please, again, rate, subscribe, follow along on all the social medias, and I will be back Sunday night with another episode of The Lions Hangover. Bye-bye.